guys, welcome back to my channel, 𝕊𝕬𝔻𝕝. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I am back with another ship with me. I want to go over some sales that I made over the weekend. Now these are all sales from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For context, today is Monday, so I want to get these shipped out today. I did make a little note. So I have a total of 14 Poshmark sales, 8 eBay sales, and 2 sorry-ass Mercari sales, and a gross profit of $491 and a net profit of $359. So let's just jump right in. So the first thing to sell on Poshmark is actually this Asos jacket. Me and the buyer, ironically enough, went back and forth because I wanted to get a minimum of $60 for this jacket, just because it does retail for over $300, close to $400. So I knew that I needed to get, you know, a bang for my buck. Now I did get this one at a regular thrift store, but me and the buyer went back and forth, and she sent out her final offer at $58 from my counter offer of $60. And what ended up happening, I think I didn't reply as quick as she would have liked because she didn't want the other 5 people to get the item. So she decided to cancel her $58 offer because she realized she was being petty, and she sent me a $60 offer, which was my last counter, and I went on and accepted it because I just felt like in that moment this jacket is worth a lot more, and I just didn't want to, you know, lowball myself and sell it for under the price point. Now I bet you're thinking like, well, it's just $2, but I think at that moment it was really the principle, because if I've already sent you 2 counter offers of $60, that's me letting you know this is the lowest that I'm willing to go on this item. And they knew the worth of the item as well, because you came back and canceled that, you know, $58 offer, so you already knew. So yeah, so this was a pretty quick sell. I want to say this one sold in under 2 weeks. So this one sold for $60. I did put $6.71 into it, and I made a profit of $41.29, which I think is pretty good. Ideally, I would love to make that per item, but you know, I'm not always there because I shop at the bin, and I occasionally go to regular thrift stores maybe once a week, roughly. Sometimes I don't even go because I do have enough inventory. But yeah, if you see it, I'll put the name on the screen so you guys can know. And by the way, my Hulkin is back here, so when I throw the packages, they're going in the Hulkin. All right, next is this Brandy Melville sweater. I actually recently hauled this one, so it was a really quick flip. I did list it pretty low only because, you know, Brandy Melville just doesn't yield a high profit, you know. Well, I shouldn't say it doesn't yield a high profit, but it's just a brand that you're not going to get a lot for. Like, let's just be honest. And I wanted to be realistic with the price point, and I also wanted it to sell quicker because I do have a few other sweaters from Brandy Melville that haven't sold yet, and the way that this brand has like a high sell-through rate depending on the item, I just don't like them to sit that long because I'm only going to get about, you know, 10 to 15 bucks for it. So I really wanted to move this one. So I ended up listing it, I want to say at $20, and somebody sent me a offer for $18, and I accepted it because, you know, why not? This is not going to fit. Oh yes it is. Okay, perfect. So yeah, Brandy Melville, I think they have like another line called John Galt. I may in the future stop picking this up just because, you know, I don't think, you know, $10 sales are really worth much of my time. I know that I do have to phase out some things, so I know moving forward I will be a little bit, you know, smarter with making sure I don't pick it up as often as I have been, because I know for a fact I've been picking it up a little bit more than I should have, and I don't want to do that. So this one sold for $18, and I only paid $1.06 for it, and I made a profit of $11.32 after fees and cost of goods, which is, you know, it's okay, it's decent. Y'all, so in my last ship with me video, I actually dropped my labels that I kind of closed these off with, and they fell into my trash can and I didn't recognize it, and it was too late. So when I threw it out, there was that. All right, so the next one is these pair of 𝕊𝕋𝕋 pants. I actually just sold the other pair in my last ship with me video. These are just a pair of 𝕊𝕋𝕋 Baron pants. I don't know if these are like their most popular pants at the moment, but they're doing pretty good. And I am happy that these sold. Me and the buyer also went back and forth on these. They was trying to get about $30 for them. And the problem with that is that I visited his page and all of the 𝕊𝕋𝕋 pants that he sold were over $40, ranging between $40 to $52. So either he is a 𝕊𝕋𝕋 connoisseur or he's gaining weight and losing it, and you know, this is just the outcome of that. So yeah, I went on and accepted his offer because he also was being petty, and I just don't understand the power trip that people have with that. If I've already countered this specific number, so I just kept countering to 40. 40 was going to be my lowest, so he waited like a good week and a half before he came back to send me another counter offer of $35. So then I countered again at $40, and what he ended up doing was he countered at 38, and I'm just like, what is the power trip that y'all have? So they sold at 38. I accepted the offer because I'm like, it's $2. Like, to me, it's like, that's just, it's $2. But for him, he for sure was being petty. But anyway, so this one sold at $38 and I paid $6.71, and I made a total of $23.69. All right, this is a Ralph Lauren polo vest. This is actually a kid size, which is pretty large for a child. But I picked it up anyways just because it was a vest and it was cable knit, and I just knew that, you know, it would perform good even though it was a child size. Lately this brand has 100% slowed down for me, so I try to make sure I don't price it high because I don't want to sit on it too long. But this one actually was sourced in July, so we just kind of made the threshold of, you know, the 90-day mark, and I'm okay with it. I think it was a pretty decent sale, and yeah, I would most likely pick it up again. This one's only sold for $11. I believe they sent me an offer and I went on and accepted it because, you know, let's just get it moving out the door. I feel like this weekend I have a lot of low hanging fruit sales, and it makes me a little sad because I would really like to, at the very minimum, make a profit of 15 bucks per item. But I have to recognize, like, the items that I did pick up, those are the ones that are currently selling right now. So it's not really my, let me not put that in there. It's not really something that I should like worry about too much. They do have to get phased out. So, you know, you live and you learn when you're a reseller. You gotta test it out, try it out, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And a lot of those items didn't. That's why I am currently about to be selling them for a lower dollar amount. But yeah, so this one sold for $11 and I paid $107, so I made a profit of $6.98. So there's that. Okay, Old Navy. This is also a bad buy. These are a pair of Old Navy ℂ𝕗𝕗, like I believe these are the boyfriend jeans. Y'all, I'm just very disappointed in myself with these because for some reason, I don't know why, I thought these would have performed a lot better than they did because they were ℂ𝕗𝕗s, but joke's on me because they obviously didn't. And I could say that it's because of the size. I believe it's like a size 2 or a 4, and you just got to be mindful that who's really looking for Old Navy boyfriend jeans. I don't even think boyfriend jeans are like in style anymore, so that's 100% my fault, so I can't be too upset about it. But this one sold for $8. I had it at $10 and they sent me an $8 offer, so I accepted it. Like I told y'all before, you got to know when good is good enough, and me feeling like this buyer is being petty by sending me $2 off, just let her have it. It's not that serious. Like, just let her have it. So I paid $140 for it and I made a profit of $3.65, which is not ideal, but you know, here we are. These are a pair of Ralph Lauren men's trousers. These are actually a wool blend, or 100% wool if I'm not mistaken. I have been trying to make sure I only pick up, you know, these type of branded items that have some type of substance to them. But anyways, yeah, so these are just some 𝕁𝕁𝕁𝕁 pants. These also have that wool blend, and they sold for $26, and I paid $1.07 for them, and I made a profit of $17.71. I don't know, 𝕁𝕁𝕁 is the same, I feel like, as 𝕍𝕀𝔻𝔼. I like to experiment because you just never really know. Like, some things will perform and sometimes they won't. Okay, this one was an exciting one. This is Natori. Now, I don't think I hauled this. I think I stopped hauling my items last month, but this was like a sleep robe. I actually found two, not of the same brand. I think the other one was like a 𝕬𝕑𝕉 one, which is like, you know, not that expensive, but yeah, so both of them were like an extra large. Clearly the same person dropped both of these off, and I was really happy to find it. When I saw the Natori and I saw that it was an extra large, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to get top dollar for this. And I did. So this is a very expensive brand, and yeah, I was really happy to find it. And we all know that larger sizes are really doing their thing right now. So I have this one listed, I want to say at $65, and then I think I had it at $60 or $49, I can't remember, on eBay. And I got so much attention on eBay, but it just wouldn't sell. I think that they were waiting for it to get to its lowest amount, and then they would have, you know, maybe tried to purchase it, but I was sticking to my guns. So this one ended up selling for $55, which I think is a pretty good price point for a men's pickup. So I paid $1.12 for it, and I made a profit of $42.88 after fees and cost of goods, which I think is pretty damn good. This is a Madewell top. I have completely slowed down with picking up any and everything from this brand because it takes a while to get it out the door. And I don't know, I feel like I've kind of fallen out of love with this brand, so it has to be something going on for it. As of late, I've been picking up things that have like a wool blend, alpaca, you know, some type of fabric content that is worth picking up, just because people are not really looking for this as much as they used to, and I don't want to have a closet full of items that people don't want, you know. So this one did sell. I think I had it listed at $25. That's kind of like a base price that I have for items, in hopes that they would sell for, you know, $18 to $20. And my bot ended up sending out an offer. Actually, no, it didn't. Yes, it did. My bot sends an offer to anybody that likes it, but they countered at $15, and I'm like, I think that's only like $2 that I would be missing out on, and I'm like, it's not even that serious. So I accepted the offer. I feel like I've been getting into the habit of doing that more often, just because I don't want to be sitting on inventory, and if I plan on, you know, kind of phasing out certain items and brands in my closet, I gotta be able to let some of them go, you know, just to kind of get them out the door. So I went on and accepted it, and I paid $1.06 for it, so I made a profit of $11.32 after fees and cost of goods. This was exciting because it's a set, and it is Hanna Andersson. I still couldn't believe that I found another set, because I think I had already found the Cozy Earth that you guys saw in my last Shit With Me video. So I was pretty shocked to find this. They weren't in the same bin. I ended up picking up one and then, you know, sifting through another bin, and I found it, and I was really happy about that, because I'm just like, look at God, like, won't he do it? So yeah, I was pretty happy to find the matching set, and they weren't faded, they weren't, you know, flawed, nothing was wrong with them. So I just thought this was a great pickup. And I feel like I kind of undersold these. I don't like how that looks. Yeah, I feel like I undersold these for sure, and kind of breaks my heart just a smidge, because I think if I waited a little bit longer, since they are kind of like Christmas themed, I most likely could have got like an additional $10. But I didn't want to list them that high, because when I was searching comps, I noticed that not these exact ones, but the pajama set for children were only going for like, I want to say like $60, and then they were on sale when I was looking for them. So I'm like, okay, I think they were like $35. So I was just like, okay, this won't be, you know, a good thing to list it too high. So I priced mine at $30, and my bot ended up sending them an offer and they accepted it. So these sold for $22 and I picked them up for $198 and I made a total of $13.60. I know in my last video I completely forgot to add up the fact that I paid for them, you know, per piece, not like a set, if that makes any sense. So clearly I only paid 99 cents for whatever haul that was, so each item was 99 cents versus them being, you know, 99 cents for both of them. Hopefully you get what I'm saying. These are a pair of 7'7" jeans. Now I picked these up for myself when I was like 2 months postpartum, and clearly I didn't know that I wasn't the weight that I used to be, so I couldn't fit in them, and I didn't want to just like, you know, toss them because the brand is not a great brand, so I wouldn't even commit this to memory. And honestly, I've accidentally picked up a pair of jeans thinking that they were 7 for All Mankind, but the brand is called 7'7", and I feel like it can trick you if you don't pay attention to it. So yeah, it tricked me that one time. So when I picked these up, I had already knew like, okay, these are for me. So this took what, 9 months to sell. 8, 9 months, and I mean, since it was for me, I wasn't really too upset about it. It's just me not wanting to throw it out. But yeah, I don't have a cost of goods because I actually bought them for myself, so I don't even know which, you know, which haul that could have been from. So I made a profit of $8.03 and it sold for $13. I don't know how I forgot that. Yeah, so I think I had it listed at $18. Typically I can tell by the price that it sold at that my bot sent them an offer. So I had it listed at $18 and my bot sent them a $13 offer with discounted shipping. So then that's how I made a profit of $8.03. Majority of my sales are from offers to likers. So the first thing is actually this Ted Baker sweater. I was kind of happy when I found this, and then I was kind of sad when I started to photograph it, just because it didn't you know, not have flaws, and I try to make it my duty to not pick up flawed items when I'm at the bins because I just don't want to have to deal with it. And this one kind of had like some tears in them. It's weird. I can't really describe it, but it is a wool blend. So what I ended up doing was making sure I did not list it high because I really wanted to get it out the door. And lo and behold, somebody bought it for my full asking price. So maybe I had it listed too low. And honestly, the flaws weren't bad. Like, that's the thing. The flaws weren't terrible. So yeah, so this sold for $23.99 on eBay. And I paid $1.34. And I actually just hauled this. So this one sold within a week. So I made a total of $20.25 after fees and cost of goods. I'll just put this here because we're done with Poshmark. So yeah, Ted Baker, I feel like I've been trying to experiment with every time I find it. This is my second time actually bringing it home, and this one actually is doing better. I think I priced the other one pretty high. It's a blazer. So yeah, I'll have to think about that a little bit more. But all right, so the next one is this Urban Outfitters. The brand is called Standard Cloth. For some reason, I thought Urban Outfitters was just like the brand. I didn't know that they sold other brands. So when I looked into this one, I saw comps all over the place. And then I finally realized, like, okay, this is sold at Urban Outfitters. So I went on and didn't price it that high because I knew that I wanted to make a quick sale. And it got a lot of attention. So I was really happy about that. So it lets me know that it is, I don't want to say that it's in demand, but, you know, it is something that people could possibly be searching for. So this one was listed at $25, and I have my bot send out, you know, automatic offers, which was $18 in discounted shipping. This person sent me a counter offer of $12, and honestly I didn't think that was bad for something that was Urban Outfitters. And sometimes too, y'all, I think about when people send me these type of offers, I think of them being like, okay, this is how much the item costs. I'm going to be paying roughly about $10 for shipping and fees. So I feel like they're trying to look at the bigger picture of like, okay, like all in, this is how much I'm paying. So all in, he paid like $23 for this used shirt. So that's how I really want to look at it. So yeah, so it sold for $12. I paid $114 and I made $7.91, which not ideal, but you know, it happens. Okay, so the next one is this 𝕊𝕄𝕄𝔸𝕃 like cardigan. I picked this up with another item, and it seems to be the same person that dropped both of them off because they both were giving very much so Southwestern vibes. But I picked this one up mainly because it was a larger size, and I know that it would perform a lot better than you know, a smaller size. But I've been having a lot of luck with this brand just in general, so it could be either or. I don't really know. Let me know if you sell 𝕊𝕄𝕄𝕃 because it's been selling fairly quickly. I feel like the sell-through rate for me personally is really high because I don't keep it in longer than 3 months. Hell, longer than 2 months, honestly. But it could be because I'm being incredibly picky with what I pick up. I don't pick up everything. Got to make sure everything is good. But this one sold within, what, like 2 weeks. So I listed it at $32. So then my bot sent them a offer for $24 in discounted shipping, and they accepted it. So we love that that was a pretty quick flip. And I only paid $1 for this, and I made a profit of $16.18. And you know, we love it. This is a pretty good flip. This one is very disappointing. It is a 𝕊𝕄𝕄 sweater. It is 100% cashmere, and I picked this up at the bins, super excited because I'm like, ooh, 𝕊𝕄𝕄, and it's you know, cashmere, and it's tan. It's like a beautiful neutral color. Somebody is gonna love this. And then I get home and photograph, and I noticed that it is a flaw on it. Like, it's a big ass hole, and I was really upset at myself because I'm just kind of like, you know, like, why didn't you see this, you know? And what ended up happening was, I seen another reseller talking about like cashmere, people don't care if they have holes in it, you know, and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, I'll just try my luck. And y'all, this thing gets so much attention. Before I took it down on eBay, it had over 100 views and 4 watchers. Now mind you, I've had this for a while now, so it's been relisted multiple times, and I just was like, wow, this was just a really bad pickup. So I had it listed at $15 on Poshmark, and someone sent me an $8 offer. Honestly, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think to counter, because I'm just kind of like, I've had this for almost a year now. Like, let's just let it go. So this one sold for $8, and I paid $1.22. So I only made a profit of $3.83, which is very tragic. But you know, you gotta learn your lesson. All right, y'all, so we are finally about to move on to eBay. So the first thing is actually this pair of 𝕊𝕄𝕄 pants. These are a wool blend as well. I think when it comes to 𝕊𝕄𝕄, I had to kind of learn just a little lesson when it comes to the men's wear anyways, is to pick up things with a good fabric to it, because I know that I was having a little bit of luck with their like outdoor pants and, like, you know, like the golfing pants and stuff like that, performance, but that slowed down very quickly. So since we are moving toward wintertime, wool trouser pants, you can't beat that. So when I saw them at the bins, of course I picked it up. And I know that it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's taboo, that's overkill, but I know a lot of people say like picking up sizes larger than like 36, you're going to be sitting on it for a while. These actually were purchased last week and they sold this week, so this was a pretty quick turnaround for me. And yeah, I feel like I kind of got lucky this day because I was able to find multiple pairs of men's items that did have wool in them, and that is pretty much going to be the fabric. I feel like wool and cashmere during the wintertime is the best type of fabric to look after, so I was really happy about that. So this one sold for $22.39, which it looks like I ran a sale and they purchased it. So I only paid 80 cents for these. If you do not follow me on Instagram, I'm only paying 80 cents for this because the cashier ended up giving me 12 pounds off, because another lady that has a Hulken bag, she lied to him and said that the Hulken bag actually weighs 12 pounds. So he had been taking 12 pounds off of her, you know, items or her weight for the longest. So when I looked it up on my phone and I showed him, I'm like, hey, mine only weighs 4 pounds, and then he just was in disbelief. So he ended up giving me the 12 pounds off. So that's why my cost of goods is a little bit lower, which I'm happy for, because on average I'm paying like $1.20 for items. It really depends. So this is a Free People top. Of course, this was a Ben's pickup. Now, this one was listed, I want to say like at $19.98 or something like that. And I knew that since this was my first time finding this particular style, that I didn't want to, like, you know, sell it for too cheap. But I had this for a little while, and, you know, we don't hold on to things anymore. They sent me a message asking me, you know, can I do 15? And as y'all know, my offers are turned off on eBay. So I was like, of course, because I think that's very reasonable. Now, if they would have said like $9, then it's like, okay, let's relax. I probably would have even did 12, honestly, because I've been noticing as of late, I've been selling these Free People thermals for about $10 and under at this point. So when she said 15, I was like, yeah, of course. So as soon as I sent her the offer, because you're able to do that in the messages, I didn't know that. I don't know if that's like a new thing or it's been a thing, but I sent the direct offer to her in the messages on eBay, and she purchased it right away. So this one actually sold for 15, and I paid $1.24 for it, and I made a profit of $12.36 after fees and cost of goods. One day we will raise our ASP, but at the moment I'm okay with where I'm at. Okay. All right, so these are some Under Armour leggings. I sourced these, had to been like maybe 4 months ago. I really thought that these was gonna sell a little bit quicker because the Nike ones sell really fast, and I hear, like, you know, Under Armour is really liked by men. Like, it is a little oversaturated, but men really do, like, you know, like this brand. So these had a lot going for them, and that was the reason why I got them. They did take the 4 months to sell, but I'm cool with that. So these sold for $9.97, which I typically price an item that low on eBay just because I want it to move. So when it's under $10, that means like I don't want to see it anymore. So yeah, so I paid $109 for them, and I made a profit of $803 after fees and cost of goods. I have to get some more paper. All right, so next is this Asos dress. It is a maxi dress. Like, it was giving all of the vibes, and that was the main reason why I picked it up. This is a brand that I don't really look at too often, if I'm being completely honest. This was 100% a style pickup, and yeah, I'm actually happy that I ended up going with my better judgment and picking it up instead of leaving it behind. And this one sold fairly quickly. I want to say maybe 2 to 3 weeks it sold. This one got a lot of attention, and I know it was because I listed it like pretty high, but after checking comps, I knew that I'd get a decent amount for it. So I didn't really want to lowball myself, and I wanted to make sure that I, you know, got a good bang for my Ben's bucks. So I priced it at $48, and of course eBay, it's at its cheapest. So somebody messaged me and they said, hey, if I bought this today, would you ship it out Monday? And I was like, of course. So typically I always ship out, you know, all my weekend sales on Monday. So she purchased it immediately right after we had the exchange. So I had this listed for $29.99, and I paid $1 for it. So I made a profit of $25.48, which, you know, we love. This is a Maeve top. I really had a lot of high hopes for this one due to the fact that it was a larger size. I feel like every time I pick up Maeve or any type of Anthropology brand, it is always, and I mean always, a smaller size. So with this being a larger size, it's a little bit more current style. I just knew that it would have did a lot better than it actually did. But I think I just need to wrap my head around that Maeve is just not the it girl. And maybe it's the pieces I'm picking up. Maybe Maeve does perform really well, but I need maybe, like, you know, stuff from 2022. So anyway, so this one was listed very reasonably in my opinion, and it got a lot of attention on all platforms, and it eventually sold through an offer. Like I told you guys before, I actually send out, you know, weekly offers, but not all the time. So I'll rotate it. So I'll put like a sale twice a month, and then those other 2 weeks I will send out offers to likers. So I think I sent out offers to likers at maybe like 20%. So this one ended up selling for $14.38. I paid $1 for it, so I made a profit of $11.92. All right, this one is a Rock and Republic, what do you call this thing? Like flannel lightweight situation. Yeah, I just don't know. I picked this up many months ago. I want to say probably close to like 2 or 3 months postpartum. So it wasn't the best pickup, and I was only going off of the last time I sold this item before. And I guess you still got to check comps, because I don't think I even checked comps. I just was like, oh, I sold this before, let me pick it up again. So that's 100% my fault, and I won't do it again. I tell you that much. So this one actually sold most likely through an offer to Likers for $7.98. I paid 95 cents for it, and I only made a profit of $6.50 after fees and cost of goods. I don't know. I feel like it is items that we have such a low profit on, but we gotta phase them out. We gotta phase them out, and I'm cool with that. Just make better decisions moving forward, that's all. Okay, this one was also disappointing. This is an American Eagle like Sherpa jacket situation. I had this, will be in a year come, I want to say January. I know that this was listed at the worst time because we were transitioning into spring roughly, even though we were still in winter time. I also think I had it priced too high, because I do think that I thought anyways that this would have got a decent amount. I just don't know about American Eagle. American Eagle is such a hit or miss brand for me. I find better luck with their denim, but as of late that has completely slowed down. So I don't know what to think anymore, if I'm being completely honest about this brand. I feel like Abercrombie & Fitch is turning into the it girl, and this brand is just not it anymore. But like some pieces, don't get me wrong, because I've made the mistake to pick up blouses and stuff, and those take forever to sell. But they get all of the attention. Like, they get all of the attention, and I feel like where it's at now is that they need to sell for at least $10, if that. Because, you know, it's not really that much that it's retailing for. I mean, you're talking maybe $30, $40, so in the retail market, $15 is more ideal, you know? So I don't know. I just know moving forward it's not going to be on my list unless it's like a Y2K moment, because I feel like that's the only thing that sells really well with this brand is, you know, dated items. You get a larger poly mailer. We don't have that much to go, y'all. I'm actually trying to head to the bands after this, so I'm kind of a little late. I'm actually making pretty good timing actually, but I don't think I told y'all. So this one actually sold for $7.98. I know, depressing. And I paid $1.29 for it, and I made a profit of $7.05. All right, so this is the last piece from eBay. This is a Victoria's Secret dress. For some reason, when I looked at comps when I first picked this up, they were actually really good. And that is what prompted me to actually purchase it, because the comps were really good, and this one was a little deceitful. Like, at the time, I also made sure I priced this at the price point that it would sell for, and it sat 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 a little bit longer. And yeah, so it finally sold for $14.38. Looks like I had it listed either at $19.99, and somebody waited until I sent them an offer and they purchased it. Victoria's Secret is another brand that I don't know why, I just cannot stop picking it up. And I know that it won't do that good for me. Like, it's the saddest thing. I should know better. So I try my hardest. So like, if I see the pajama sets and stuff, I would pick the sets up, but anything else, it's probably gonna be a no-go. But anyway, so this one sold for $14.38. I paid $1.18, so I made a profit of $11.73. All right, so we are moving on to Mercari. I only have 2 sales. This is a Josie Natori for Target blouse. I didn't check to see if this actually was gonna do good. I just saw Natori and I took it with me, but it sold fairly quickly. It got a lot more attention on Mercari than it did any other platform. And somebody sent me an offer and I accepted it because I thought that was a great offer for this top. I truly think it's a pajama top, but it could be worn, you know, as just like a cute little situation, so I still picked it up. And it sold fairly quickly because I actually just hauled this and it sold. So I probably could have cut this paper, but I just don't feel like it. But yeah, so this one sold for $16 and I only paid 80 cents for it. And I made a profit of $12.51 after fees and cost of goods. So yeah, it's a pretty good one. Let me know if y'all pick up Josie by Natori, or if you don't pick it up, you only pick up Natori, because Natori is clearly like the one that does the best. This person actually lives like a few cities over from me. I probably could have delivered that to them by hand. All right, so this is a line and dot romper. I don't know, I looked at the tag looked like it was worth looking into, and it was actually a good pickup because it sold fairly quickly as well. My battery's about to die, so I'm gonna end it here. I paid 80 cents for it. It sold for $20 and I made a profit of $15.98. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.